Alright guys, we are going to do lesson 11.5 on making predictions. So if you want to print off the printed notes, you should do that now and make sure you have a calculator, a pencil, and something to write your notes on. Okay, so first we're going to start off by going over the homework that was from the last time we met. It was 1 through 10. So number 1, it asks you to find the probability of choosing a red marble. So if I have a bag that's 15 red, 15 blue, 15 green, etc., if it's asking you about red, what you're going to do is put how many there are red in the numerator, which is 15, and how many there are total in the denominator. So you just add together 15 plus 15 plus 15, etc. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was 90 total. So if you got 15 out of 90, you just need to reduce it. So you just put that in your calculator as a fraction, and 15 over 90 is 1/6. And then you divide the top by the bottom, and that's how you get 0.17. Which they rounded, and then times 100 is 17%. Okay, number 2, if you're tossing 2 coins and you want to know what's the probability they both land heads up, remember we talked about these are the way to roll or to toss 2 coins. It's tails, tails, heads, heads. I'm sorry, this pen it's really hard for me to write. Tails, tails, heads, heads, tails, heads, or heads, tails. And they're saying both land heads up. That's this way. And so that's 1 out of 4, or 0.25 and 25%. This question is asking you what's the probability that it's yellow. Yellow is 15. And the bottom would be the total, which is 15, 25, 35. So 15 out of 35. And then you just need to reduce it if you didn't get 3/7. Okay, and then green is 10 out of 35. And then plug that into your calculator as a fraction and reduce it. And then not yellow or green would be blue. And blue is 10 out of 35, which is still 2/7. Okay, the rest of these questions are the same. They're just different examples. If you have questions about 6 through 10, you can contact me during our class time or during my office hours. Okay, next we're going to do the lesson. So we're going to do making predictions. And we're going to use probability to predict how many times an event will occur. So a prediction is, let me just change this so you can see it. A prediction is something you can expect to happen in the future. We're going to use probability to make predictions. You don't have to write this definition, but you do need to write this. To make a prediction, what we're going to do is use a proportion. So we'll do x scratch that. Let's just do an example. All right, to make a prediction, we're going to make a proportion. So Malia finds the experimental probability of scoring a goal is 20%. So during her soccer games, 20% of the time she scored a goal and 80% she didn't. Okay? If she continues playing soccer and, 225 more times tries to make a goal, how many times can she expect to score a goal? So when you see the word expect or predict, that's when you're going to make a proportion. So write in your notes prediction, and if the sentence or the word problem says expect or predict, you're going to use a proportion. Okay, so for the proportion, this is what a proportion looks like. It is an equal sign in the middle and then 2 ratios. So on the right side, if it's a percent, like this one is, we're going to do that on the right. So this is 20%, and that will always go over 100 if it's a percent. Okay? And then on the left side, on the bottom, you're going to put the total number of times she's doing this experiment. So she's doing this 225 times. Okay? And this will be x. Okay, so we're going to cross multiply to solve this. So we multiply the numbers that are diagonal together. So 225 times 20. And then you divide by what's left out. And what's left out here is 100. So you just type in 20 times 225 divide by 100. And we're going to expect that 45 times she makes a goal. She's not very good. She's only doing it 20% of the time, so only 45 times she'll make a goal. Okay, let's try it again. You guys try this next one. Press pause, try it, and then come back and I'll show you the answer. Okay? All right, so we're going to do an equal sign first. Let me just try using the mouse and see if that's better than that pen. All right, he's got 40%. And that goes over 100. Okay, I had a technical glitch. Here we go. I have 40% over 100. And then on the left side, I put how many times we're doing this total, and this time it's 350. And this is x. And I just want to let you know that my writing is not this bad. It's the technology here. I can't make it look any better, so I'm really sorry about that. So we're going to cross multiply to solve. We're doing 350 times 40 and then divide by 100. We multiply the numbers that are diagonal and then divide by what's left out. Okay, so 350 times 40 divided by 100 is 140. 140 times he can expect to reach first base. All right, the next time of example is where they don't give you a percent, and instead we're going to be doing a fraction for the probability. So the reason I know that I need to do that is that I see no percents in the problem. Okay, so we're going to do a proportion still, but this time on the right side there's going to be a fraction. So here we have a spinner, and the spinner has 8 sections, and they're labeled like you see. And it says, how often can you expect to spin a 1? So I'm just counting how many of these on the spinner have a 1, and that is 3 of the sections. And probability is always out of the total. So there are 8 total sections on that spinner. So we don't have a percent. Now we're doing a fraction. 3 out of the 8 are the number 1. And then on the left side, it's, well, if I do this 50 times, how many times can I expect to get a 1? 1 is nowhere in this proportion, the number 1. I count how many say 1. 3 of them say 1. 3 out of 8 equals x out of 50. And then we cross multiply 50 times 3 divided by 8. And you'll get 18.75, and we're going to round to a whole number. So if I have 18.75, we're going to round to 19, about 19 times, because it's close to 19. Okay, next one. I have a spinner with the same sections. Now I want to know how many times can I expect to get a 2. So you guys try that one. Press pause, try it, and then I'm going to do it in a second. All right, so now it says, how many times can you expect to spin a 2? Well, there are 2 sections that say 2, so that'd be 2 out of 8. And I'm still spinning this thing 50 times. So it'd be 50 times 2 divided by 8. And that is 12.5. Since if it's 0.5, you round up. So it'd be 13 times I would expect to spin a 2. Okay, skip that one. Alright, now we are going to do the 2 last questions. So Ron has a deck of cards, so look at your handout from yesterday about a deck of cards, and he's drawing 10 cards from a standard deck of cards that has 52. All decks of cards have 52, if it's talking about a standard deck. The deck is made up of 4 suits, and that's in that picture I gave you. There's clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades. How many of the cards drawn can Ron expect to be hearts? I don't see a percent in this problem, so I'm going to have to do a fraction. So in a deck of cards, hearts are split up. The deck is split up into 4 suits. A quarter or 1/4 of the cards are hearts. 1/4 are clubs, 1/4 are diamonds, and 1/4 are spades. That's how a deck of cards is split up. So for hearts, it's 1 out of 4 are hearts. And then on the left side, I put, well, how many times am I doing this? I'm drawing 10 cards. And then I cross multiply 10 times 1 divided by 4, and then round. So it'd be 2.5, or 3 times if you round up. So 3 times I would expect to draw a heart. Alright, last one. We've got a shoebox that's filled with poker chips or discs. 8 red, 10 white, 12 blue. You pull out a disc, look at it, and return it. I do this 250 times because I really like looking at poker chips. How many times can I expect to pick a blue or white? There's no percent. So I need to find the probability of choosing blue or white. There are 10 white and 12 blue. That makes a total of 22 blue or white, and the bottom here is the total. 8 plus 10 plus 12 is 30 poker chips in this shoebox. So it's 22 out of 30 that are blue or white. And then on the left side, I put, well, how many times? I'm crazy. I'm doing this 250 times. Then I cross multiply to solve. So 250 times 22 divided by 30 is 183.3. Repeating, so you can just say 183 and round it down. 183 times I would expect to get blue or white. Okay, that's it. Do your homework from the book, and we also have a lesson quiz in there that you need to do as part of your homework. You will be graded on whether or not you get it correct, and I put notes in there on how you should do the question correctly if you get it wrong. Good luck.